Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South Sinclair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets. 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield post-game show. I am your host, Todd Fox, on the only post-game podcast network that actually takes care of you and actually is an interactive show with all kinds of phone calls, text, or messages. You can get your voice heard and known and talk to us specifically and give us your thoughts, desires, and also, just tell us your frustrations or your excitement over the Angels. And I'm betting that tonight is not going to be on the excitement side from what you've seen here on the Angels baseball network, which is Bally's, and we're the post-game network. But you watched an 11-1 abomination tonight. And wow. You know, when we talk about the Angels losing and not being competitive, well, this is what it looks like. And when they're playing a Diamondbacks team that is, there's something to be said when a team loses a World Series, a Stanley Cup, and a Super Bowl, and NBA Finals. The next year, they tend to struggle. The next year, it seems like the odds are against them. It's very hard for a team to then repeat. We've seen it a few times. The New England Patriots have lost the Super Bowl, returned to the Super Bowl. We've seen the Kansas City Royals lose the World Series, return the next year, win the World Series. But my point being is it's very few and far between in all sports. It's very hard to be on top, number one, and it's very hard to lose a championship, then return the following year. And that's what we've seen with the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks have had all things stacked against them, it seems, and they've had sophomore slumps. They've had pitching issues, injuries, you name it, they've had it. And they're a struggling team. But again, are we looking at this as, hey, this team should be in a better spot? But, well, of course, they should be playing a lot better. And we've watched other teams go up against our team and just slaughter them at times. Or, we say, hey, we want this team to be competitive. And there's certain things that frustrate me as a fan when we're putting all that together. Like a team like the Diamondbacks, they're 33-36, 17-17 at home. They've been a disappointment. We don't even have to get into what the Angels are because we talk about them as a disappointment every fucking night. The problem I have is, look, if the Angels offense, and this is what the thing is, when we lose by a run, I've had a few people say, well, they only lost by a run. They only lost by 2 runs, so on and so on, right? And I'm like, okay, that's what we wanted, right? But as a greedy fan that we've been suffering so many losses, the next step would be, man, if we just got a hit here or we got runners in scoring position here, we cash those in. This is a different ball game. The problem I have, though, moving forward is that we've had this team where it's at this entire time at, they put up a good showing like they did last night. And we've said it before, they'll do it a few times during the month or maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. They dominate a game or a team from start to finish. And that's not talking about the other wins. It's just one where the lineup plays really good, really healthy. They get all the right hits at the right time. They get guys on base. They move them over. The frustrating thing I get as a fan, going back to it, is one sentence that was said tonight. And it was by Gooby. It was, hey, if Canning can just control those one bad innings. Again, 6th straight start with 4 runs or less. I've been saying it all year. You give me a pitcher that can go 6 innings, 4 runs or less, you should at least, at worst, be down a run at the end of the game with a chance to tie in the 9th inning. At worst, unless you're facing an incredible pitcher that's just putting you down left and right. He's strung together 16 or 17 straight outs in a row. There's no reason that it should be happening this many times to 3 specific pitchers. And you could sometimes throw Sandoval in there when he's actually dealing. It's maddening how you can still spin the propaganda that it is the pitcher's fault. Yes, he let one guy. If you look at Canning's start tonight, pretty much took care of the rest of the lineup except for Walker. That's it. Walker was a guy that just put the dagger in Canning. But even then, it was a 3-run shot and a solo. And all you could do is muster 1 run in those 6 innings. He gave you every opportunity to catch up. That, my friend, is not on a pitcher. And I'm tired of hearing this stupid-ass narrative. And I'm right here to being like, you know what? If we're not calling the game, me and Dominique, then I'm for sure going to go to my streams and watch the road team's coverage. I'm sick and tired of old songs being compared to how the Angels have to play. I'm sick of Wayne complaining. I'm sick of Gooby trying to, sugarcoat a turd or blame the pitching. When he's a pitcher, he's a Royals Hall of Famer. He should be the guy saying, I pitched a bunch of games where the hitting never came through. It's frustrating. No, can't say that. Can't be real. You got to still blame the pitchers. And then in passing by, you mentioned, well, they had 1 run and 6 hits tonight. Diamondbacks scored 11 on 9 hits. It all comes down to the runners in scoring position. It always has. It has the last few years. Yet, again, and this is the toughest thing, dude. I'm so frustrated tonight because it's a microcosm of the last few seasons. At least about 3 to 4 years ago, I'd say 4 now, because that's how fast these seasons are going by. This team could hit. This team could get runners in scoring position and then score them. That was never a problem. As Angel fans, honks or no honks, you bitched about not having pitching. That's what it always would come down to. My God, if we just had a starter. My God, if we just had 2 number 2s. Because our expectations of this stupid-ass organization, going back to Epler, is still not willing to get a starting pitcher. And then so we lower our expectations and say, okay, we don't need an ace. Maybe it's not good to just have an ace and a bunch of number 4s. Can we get 2 number 2s? We'll settle for 2 number 2s. You're paying maybe as much for 1 pitcher, but you're getting 2. Can we get 2 number 2s to anchor that rotation? Please, anything. It would help with what we have. No. So then we notch it down a little bit and say, can we get some number 3s that are available all the way into spring training? No. No, you keep getting told no. It's like when you're a little kid and you go in the candy store and they have those Branches candies that's always over there. They're like the high-end candies. They're the kind that you have to pay at that time $2 or $3 a pound, and they hardly give you shit for candy, but in a bag. And you're like, oh man, I want to get one of those candies. Can I just get a few candies? And I asked mom and I bug her. I said, oh, let me help you out during the store. I'll put stuff in the cart. You want me to go get some ketchup or mustard, but can I get some candy? Then you beg and beg and beg. And then she like blows you off and says, yeah, you can help because you're a kid. You should help your mom. And then you fall for it. And then you come back and then you're like getting close. You know that you're getting to the check stand. She's gone through the entire store. And when she gets to the check stand, you're like, oh, can I get some candy now? Can I get those caramel chews? Can I get those cinnamon bears? Can I get those, the Halloween candies that everybody hates? No. She says no. And then you're dejected. And then you're wondering why. Why did I put myself through this? Why did I help her? Why did I help my mom in the store? Because you love her. The candy was just the cherry on top. Now, why do I bring that up? I love the Angels. You love the Angels. I wouldn't say Artie's our mother. That'd be interesting. But I will say that he's in control like your mom was. At least I'm using that analogy for me because that's how it was when I was a kid. I was addicted to candy. Wanted candy. We wanted an ace. We go to Artie. He tells us no. But if we do this, we buy merchandise. We come out for Star Wars weekend. We come out for this. If you come to the stadium, don't worry about it. You will be entertained. But when it comes down to actually asking for what we want, we don't get it. And we wonder why this guy, and we want his old ass out of here. He's a douchebag. It sucks. And then you fast forward a couple years, and again, we don't have the greatest pitching. But if the season ended tonight, contrary to what Roger always says, if the season ended tonight, I would give out awards to the starting pitching. And I would even throw a little love to the bullpen. Although they look like shit tonight, for the most part, they've hung in there. They've given us opportunities to win ball games. You look at our record right now without analyzing the first, this is game number 68, right? 26-42. So in 68 games, you've only won 26 games. You could be close to where the Arizona Diamondbacks are, or maybe right ahead of them by a game or two. You really could. If you look at the way this season has fallen, more often than not, it's been the hitting. More often than not, you can look back and say, God damn it, just one hit right here. Or if we didn't do stupid shit in extra innings. And so on and so on. But the narrative is always, oh, well, the bullpen's blown several games. Oh, starting pitching sucks. Then why is it that we're having a nightly discussion about how our starting pitchers, for the most part, are giving us 6 innings or better? And they're limiting the scoring under 4 runs. And most of the time when they're doing that, we're losing. If you look at the scores for most other games on the nightly basis, you put or give up only 4 or less to most of the Major League Baseball teams, they'll get you W's. But not this team. For all the focus on not getting pitching, that has continued. I'm not going to say it hasn't. It's not like we're bringing in studs all of a sudden and we have nothing on the lineup. Now the lineup sucks. And the pitching, by default, has gotten better than the goddamn hitting. And again, this was supposed to be the year. Number 6 is supposed to ball out. Mike Trout is supposed to stay healthy. And so on and so on. Brandon Drury's playing for a contract. You know, Neto shouldn't have a sophomore slump, even though we rushed him through the system. Shawna should take the next step. And there was all this talk. You relied on a paper-thin process that has a history of falling apart when any kind of pressure comes to it. Like it's sort of like a paper towel and you pour the water over it like those old Downy commercials and it leaks right through. We're not the Downy paper towel. We're the competitor that leaks right through in the comparison. It sucks and it's unbelievable to watch. Because you can go back and say, man, you knew this shit was going to happen. Although the pleasant surprise has been the pitching. You know, yes, Griffin Canning, everyone wanted to run his ass out of here, including me in April. But what's he done since the end of April? He's been one of the most solid starters in all of baseball, giving you consistency, which something on as an Angel fan is unknown to us. And then you have the same thing going on with Tyler Anderson. You have Soriano ascending to a really good starting pitcher. So those are three good starters right there. Sandoval can give you one good start, one really bad start, a mediocre start. You know, you either get one of the three in three consecutive and you never get, you know, like if you get one good start, you're like, well, he's either due for an inconsistent meh start or he's due for a really bad start. And you get one of those. And then you're figuring, okay, well, he's given us the inconsistent one. He gave you the good one. Well, looks like this one's going to be a shit start. And sure enough, Sandoval serves it up on a platter for you, for the other team. Then Reed Detmers just destroyed the narrative. I mean, I don't know what the hell. To me, we used to scream at, and we still do, that Sandoval, it's part of his makeup is his mentality, his way of thinking, it's a mental status with Sandoval. That's why he does what he does, and he's so bad at times. Well, then what the hell is Reed Detmers on? Because he went from like looking angry, focused, just grinding his teeth when he gets a strikeout and he's getting out of innings. He's only surrendering 2 runs, walking off the field with all kinds of confidence, to looking like deer in the headlights again, yelling into his glove. Can't believe what's going on. And that's a first-round pick. I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, there's not much to look out at this game. Runners in scoring position, 8. Left on base, 1 for 8. Again, when they only get 1 hit with runners in scoring position, that doesn't mean anything. Struck out 8 more times as well. Taylor Ward doing Taylor Ward things. Pilar, for the first time this year, came up empty. Didn't even get a walk. You can't put that on him. Adele doing Adele things. Stefanik getting hit by a pitch, working a walk. Both times erased on the bases due to double plays by Shonawell. Good job there, by the way. And then it was Jock Peterson. Walker just eating us alive by themselves. 9 RBIs between those two guys. 9. Hunter Strickland, after a good bounce back performance his last appearance, well, after this appearance, that's 3 out of 4 bad appearances. Did not even get an out. Good job there. We needed him to keep his ERA around 2. It's now 4. Garcia slammed with 3 runs as well. And then Contreras came in to also put some salt in the wound. 11-1. 11-1. So again, we're not buttercupped. No Stukas. It seems like we're rarely playing the buttercup game. But we're playing an awful lot of this shit.
I will be strong, I will be faithful, 'cause I'm counting on a new beginning, a reason for living, a deeper meaning, yeah. And I wanna stand with you on a mountain, and I wanna bathe with you in the sea, and I wanna lay like this forever, until the sky falls down on me.
Are you like me at the end of that video and you see Rendon falling down? You just see like that is our season every year. Boy, I can't wait for him to come back and disappoint some more. Boy, I can't wait for that. I'm firmly convinced that give me Renifo, give me Guilherme, give me Sano at third. I don't even want to see 6. I don't need to see him. I don't want to see him. I mean, I'm getting a little PTSD with Guilherme up there, not when he's batting, but with that beard at third base. But I could still suffer through that because he gives me good defense. All 3 of those guys give you good defense. I literally don't want – if Goodrum was still on the roster, I would love to see his glasses at third base. I literally can just – if I'm the general manager, the first business I take care of, not even a press conference. If I'm hired today, I go to number 6. Well, I'd have to fly to Houston because his rat ass doesn't want to be with a team. And I would tell him he's fired. Stay home. Tell your agent that you'll be looking for another job at the end of the season. I will retain your services just for the hell of it to piss you off till we get to the off season. And then you're officially fired. But you're no longer welcomed around the team. You're a cancer, you're removed. And you will sit in your little corner because I'm sure you're happy that you're not playing. I'm sure you're happy that you're not traveling. And I'm sure you're happy you're with your family in your new home. Piss off. We don't need you. I'd rather have scraps on the field than that piece of shit. He is everything wrong. If again, throw away Artie. If you want to know what is everything wrong with this team, in between the lines, it's number 6. Get rid of him, and that's a start. I am tired of seeing him, and I am not looking forward. And that's another reason why I want to go to other streaming services. I am not looking forward to Bally saying, hey, number 6 is getting ready. His hamstring is very much intact. It's not torn. It was merely stretched. He's stretching it out. He'll be on the field in no time. Doing what? Providing what? Exciting us how? Getting booed at home probably. And then you say we're negative. It's like, how can you be positive with that guy? And I don't care if I take some flack because some Angel fans are like, hey, man, he just loves his God and family. That's great. Not knocking him for that. But when he's wearing that uniform, you still got to put on. I mean, if you work for a fast food place and you hate what you're serving, you don't go to the customer and say, you know, here's your Big Mac and your order and your number 6 for your family. But you know, these chicken nuggets, they're made out of this like pink slime shit. I would never eat it. Enjoy. You want barbecue with that or sweet and sour? Or, hey, the Big Mac secret sauce, it's really this, and that. It's really nasty. My daughter worked at KFC, one of her first jobs in high school. She said, never eat the goddamn coleslaw. But she didn't tell me what she saw, but she said, it is not good, Dad. Don't eat it. All I'm saying is this. When he said those stupid ass comments, if I wasn't done with him before that, I was so done after that. And even when we tried to be positive, and it seemed like as soon as we were like, hey, Rendon's actually doing pretty good. He's getting on base. If he could set up the other guys, if Trout comes around and this and that, and you know, they get runner, he's getting on base for these other guys. I swear to God, you can go back to our post games. As soon as he started to do anything productive, bam, pussy nuts, pulls his hamstring. That's it. So I mean, that's it. I mean, just start over. I'm so done. Awards real quick. The John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field, I think you have to give it to Walker because, again, 2 home runs. I mean, he won the game by himself. Christian Walker, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Look, what Peterson did later in the game, that's fine. I mean, he showed up with a grand slam. He got an RBI single, 5 RBIs. he had 2 hits as well. But Walker's hits literally sealed the game because our pussy-ass offense can't do anything. So those 4 runs, although for 90% of the league are not a death knell, they are for this team. Nacho Night Award.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos, ow.
You know, baseball has always been considered a team game. It's always been considered, hey, you can't win with 1 or 2 guys. And the Angels, if anything, have given YouTube, not guys like me only, but guys that actually make videos about specific players. You know, they could be fans of the Yankees or baseball fans, and they'll be like, hey, do you guys remember that stretch of baseball with the Angels where they had the 2 MVPs on one team and didn't even sniff the playoffs? Let's make a 3-part series. We've given content now to future YouTubers who aren't even YouTubers yet for years to come. They will circle back to the Angels when they had Mike Trout and they had Shohei Ohtani, and neither one of those guys could get them to the playoffs. This isn't the NBA. The NBA, you could take that strategy and say, well, we have 2 of the best players, and guess what happens usually? Unless they have an implosion in the locker room, that team gets to the playoffs routinely or flirts with a championship, a la Shaq and Kobe. I thought they were the Shaq and Kobe of baseball, but not really. Because in baseball, you need a goddamn team. You need pitching. But Shohei was the freaking unicorn because although you said, man, we have 2 of the best power hitters in all of baseball, one of them pitched and did good until his arm kept having problems, which it still is. But my point being this, I'd rather have a team than just 2 guys. And those 2 guys could not get it done. So in tonight's Nacho Night Award, Taylor Ward 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, especially with runners in scoring position. He was 0 for 2. Adele was bad tonight too, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Base running blunders, I could pick either one of them, but I'm going to give it to the Angels in general, their lineup. Again, doing nothing against a mediocre pitcher. A mediocre pitcher. When, again, your starter gave you every opportunity. Now, let's just say the Angels were tied and, or they were down 4-3. And the same thing happened. Garcia comes in there after Strickland can't hold it down, and he gives up a grand slam, and they wind up losing 11-3 or 11-4. I can deal with that because they had themselves in the game. They had themselves primed, but they had 1 bad inning, 6 runs, and there goes the game. Or I can live with them losing 4-3, 5-3 even, or maybe 5-4. And you're just like, well, hey, if we would have scored a run, 1 more run, or if we hadn't given up that run, we would have, there's things to talk about. And you're feeling like, okay, we got close. Let's get them tomorrow. Yesterday, you guys were calling it in the comments like, man, we scored all our runs in 1 game. And damn if you weren't right. You were right. Now for the Golden Dong.
It's a big Calhoun, the Golden Dong, for the player who stood out all day long. Stiffest competition on the field, halos in the infield, who's finna be revealed?
The Golden Dong does not go to Willie Calhoun. It doesn't go to our boy, anybody on the Angels, to be honest with you. But a guy that could have been an Angel a couple times, either in free agency or via trade back in the day, that'd be Jock Peterson. And Jock Peterson was the nail in the coffin. He was swinging around his dong, and he swung it, and it hit the Angels over the head. It knocked us out and put us out of the game with that grand slam. 1 swing, and that ball was crushed. I think only Walker's home run was hit farther, the second home run. But Peterson knew it. Beautiful swing, beautiful contact, and that game was over. Big Calhoun grand slam. He gets the Golden Dong tonight. The Angels lose 11-1, and the embarrassment continues. Yes, it does. It continues every night. Eric Wallace checking in. He's batting leadoff. He says, damn, Tyler says 15th loss down, 5 more to go, 5 more runs. What the fuck? Big 20 checks in with what happened, but I got some good news about my day today. Oh, geez. Marty says we quickly showed the Snakes who we really are. Eric says I can't even watch the whole game anymore. There's nothing to look forward to besides this show. I have never been so disinterested in baseball season in early June. And I will tell you this, Eric, and that's what's disappointing too, is I used to do things like when the games were midweek and you had a Wednesday getaway game on the road, either in Detroit or like Pittsburgh or Baltimore or even Texas. And it was one of those where the game starts at 10 o'clock. I would do the whole, I'm going to get cereal and get up early and get ready to watch the pregame show and take a day off of work. But I did it since high school. I would actually play hooky and watch the game, because the season was fun. And even when they were like a bad team or a 500 team back in the day, those 500 teams were nothing like this 500 team or less. And it was actually fun to watch. And there was a really good chance that they would win. Oftentimes they wouldn't, but it was the luck of the draw, and I would take that day off and not regret it. I had that opportunity to do that with Pittsburgh this year, and I'm like, nah, I'm going to work. And I'm glad I did. Tyler says, how do we call this blowout after last night's victory? Oh, wait, been there too many times. Now let's take a ride with Kia. It's true. I mean, dude, it's nothing new. And again, when you're going into a series thinking, okay, man, I want to be pleasantly surprised, but you're predicting country moonlights. When you're getting country moonlights and taking a ride, it's not really fun anymore because you were thinking, damn, dude, this is going to be a good game. This might be a good series. We could actually win it. Nope. Well, this team sure did suck tonight, Grillmaster says. Also, Big, you're going to get lucky. Also, what happened? Did we win? No, we didn't, Alex. We got blown out again. Hey, let's show the Neto home run last night because I have no real content to show you today, Roger or Trent. Exactly. Just another Halo loss. Stuka's backwards. James says, absolutely pathetic, and this was also on FS1 nationally televised. Where is Artie? Isn't he in Arizona? Exactly. He's hiding. And it sucks because even on nationally televised games, James, we get annihilated. Man, what a team we have. One great game, and then turn back into shit, Vetter says. And by the way, what's up, Vetter? Day and night BS. Tyler also says props to the homie for keeping the show going on after this horse shit locked on post. Hey, you're not supposed to give him props, dick. Also, just kidding. James says, Malou saying, is it time for another clubhouse meeting? Yes. I mean, it worked for one night, and then everyone's like, hey, what was that guy talking about, the manager last night? I have no idea. Canning is trash in the first inning all year, but that's okay, James. Again, if he calms down and gives you good pitching the rest of the game, I don't see the problem with that. For years and years, if you know Chuck Finley was not the greatest first inning pitcher either. He would give up runs here and there, but guess what? He settled down, pitched like an ace the rest of the game, and we actually had a team that would actually score runs when he settled down. Not this team. No damn run support, Thomas Montoya says. Also, heard Canning's first inning ERA is 12. Willie also says, damn, we got raped with no KY. Yes. Also, straight cookie to Walker in the first inning. Shake my head, Tyler says. Luis Garcia with a terrible pitch to Jock. That was terrible, too, because you're calling that one right, James, because that four-seamer just tailed out. Not even where O'Hoppe was setting off the plate. He was setting off the plate about 6 inches where he was trying to get, a fly ball to left field or a ground ball, him to swing over. That ball was up and right down the middle of the plate. Also, Fernando checking in with tonight's game sucked, but happy anniversary to you and the rest of the Heedy staff. I appreciate that, Fernando. Also, I will no longer place the blame on pitching. This offense does absolutely nothing to help win ball games, Funny Bone says. Exactly. James also says, I love the opponent's TV crews. Now, I'm going to get into that. 3 seasons ago, the Angels were in Arizona when Heedy started. That is crazy. That is crazy because I do remember starting with Angels Central, and then that fell to shit. And then me and Fernando were like, oh man, when we rallied our monkeys to start our own thing. And then we're like, we got to bring James, and a few other people just started coming onto the team, Randy and everybody else. And we got something together. And that was pretty fun. But we've been lacking winning baseball. Eric says, hey, at least we're not the last place anymore. Cue Bally's for some jack fucking losers. So depressing, but it's true because, hey guys, that Vegas team, they're not as good as we are.
One bite of my new Smash Jack is turning Jack in the Box haters into believers. Don't be a hater. Try my new Smash Jack. Man, I'm good. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Exactly. What's your order? Did you hear Weston say screw them to the people in the pool? No, I didn't, Tyler. I was checked out by that team. Go to the stream and watch the games, Todd. Way better. I'm done with Bally's. The Angels grandma says every single time we get a lot of runs in one game, the next game we get no runs the next game. This is so frustrating. This is driving me crazy. And this is probably the worst that the Angels grandma has seen as well. And when she's frustrated, the ever so optimistic Angels grandma, there is something wrong. You just know, because she's a sweetheart. She's always trying to be positive. She's in the stands dancing. She's over there with her grandkids, and they've got the full support. And she's a great Angels fan. A great Angels fan. I mean, she even had her husband, God rest his soul, who was a Dodger fan, still pulling for us when he was alive. And it sucks that he's no longer here to help support her, but he was right there supporting her. She's right there in the fans, trying to pump people up in the stands. She's a true Angels fan. She's not a Halo honk, but she's a true Angels fan. And it's people like her, Eric, and so many others that follow here on the page that I want to present winning baseball. Not like I created it, but like I want to report on the Angels winning baseball and putting up consistent play and making you all smile, making your nights great, and cheering on together and feeling your excitement and feeding off of that. As a page in 3 years now, over 3 years, we have not felt that once. We've had a little smidge of hope with maybe a 4 or 5 game winning streak a couple times. We've had the optimism of last year of going all in, but being scared and thinking, oh, well, as long as the worst case scenario doesn't happen. And it did, and then some. I mean, we're starving as a fan base for some sort of consistency in winning baseball and fun times. Because the rare times we do score some runs and you're high-fiving random people in the stands, that's the best thing ever, dude. I remember going to a game one time when this team still had Socha, and we walked off against, I want to say it was Oakland. It was like Eric Ibar had ripped a double down the line. We had 2 men on. By the time the guy got to the ball, it was too late. There was 2 outs. They scored the runs, and I remember there was a fan behind me, and I'm married at the time a few years ago, and I didn't know her from anything, and we're all jumping up and down. She's hugging, she's hugging the people next to her. She comes over and hugs me, hugs my wife, and I'm like, we're looking at each other like, the hell, you know what I mean? But it was after the fact when we're leaving the stadium because we're just so happy we're related. It was fun. She's a fellow Angel fan that's excited. We're fellow Angel fans. When they got the no-hitter, I was there at the game, and people were hugging each other. Same thing. Just crying and just being caught up in the moment. And it's moments like that we have not had, that I swear to God, for you, I want that to be again a thing. And there's kids like Vetter, Big 20, a lot of kids that don't know that baseball, that have never felt that kind of baseball. And it may seem stupid to a lot of people, but it's more than just a hobby. It's more than just a sport. And you live for this time of the year, and it's exciting because you bring your family together, you bring your friends together. and you're able to come together on a platform like this and be excited for something. But when it doesn't come through, when it's always frustrating, then it becomes a chore. Then it becomes something you're not looking forward to. When it was all those years of just excitement that you were looking forward to, that's hard to get over. You know what I mean? That's hard to navigate through. Canning did get squeezed, and of course, he's not getting the strikes called when there are strikes. The wheels fall off. Walks and pitches that catch too much of the plate. Did we lose anyway? Yes. Ben also says the offense and the bullpen are terrible. James says worst organization in MLB or AL. Miami is right there. The Angels have no present or future to rely on, and that is something that is very difficult to stomach and swallow. This umpire crew was one of the same as the Yankees series. The guy who blew the Simber on the mound is he was calling balls and strike. Another bad performance. Also, David Rosca says Florida Panthers won tonight and will win Game 4 in a sweep. That was sad because I kind of wanted Edmonton to win right there. Let's see. Arizona had their AC fans on. Also, Eric Wallace says, when does the season start? He wants to know because, again, you know, all this preseason, these games really don't matter. And why are we playing almost 80 preseason games? We need to get to the season already.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Well, there you go, Eric. Anna says, geez, this game was played so badly today. Another losing game. With a good umpire, we might have lost 4-15. 4-15-1. Offense took a dump. Let's see. Also, Grillmaster says season starts when Artie passes away. Give it 5 to 10 years. Oh my goodness. Also, offense had a one-night stand. Ben says, who was the last Angels pitcher you actually looked forward to watching? Weaver, maybe? Artie still sucks balls. Weaver was one of the pitchers I looked forward to. Also, Kelvin Escobar. I loved Bartolo Colon, and that's going back. That's going back. We have not put together any aces since we've. Nothing. I mean, Garrett Richards was around a little bit, but he kept getting hurt, and he could have been a guy. You had some pitchers in there, Beardo, whatever his name was. I forgot his name. You had some guys that had potential, but injuries and letting them go changed everything. Pitching has looked better this year. Ohtani really carried the load last year. He did revamp everything, but they won't. Lorenzen did shut down Team Ghetto. Why didn't we keep Lorenzen again? Artie is a moron. And yes, Dan, he loved it here in Anaheim. Sorry. Said LA just for you. But yeah, he was a pitcher that wanted to stay here. He grew up here. He was an Angel fan, but nope, can't do that. And we just talked about with Frankie Kazarian the other night. How many times have we talked about having pitchers, you know, come free agency that were linked to Anaheim because they grew up in Fullerton. They played for Fullerton. They played for, Cal State Fullerton. They played in Laguna Niguel. They were in the SoCal area, the SoCal system. And we always pass on those guys. Silent E says, how could we expect to win when our star player Mike isn't in the lineup from the start and not Mike Trout, Mike Oxlong, Dong Willie. Yep, Willie's not even in the lineup no more. I wanted Martin Perez, but Angels were so cheap. Yep, they should have got him. Tyler also says, Halos are interesting as paper towels. Great. Alfonso says, Detmers is getting some good stuff from Washington. I guess so, because he's lost whatever control he had. I took a piss and enjoyed it more than this game. Tyler says, Lorenzen held the Doyers to 1 run tonight. Another hometown kid doing well outside of Anaheim. Exactly. Jack Lee says also, and just like I said, they used up all the runs from this week yesterday. Yes, you did, Jack Lee. And that's again, that's sad when you can call it that easy. Martin Boylan's the same way. He's calling shit right down the middle. He called the grand slam before it happened in a private chat. Silent E says only 58 more losses till we hit 100. We better get used to Savage Garden. I might need to mix it up with a couple other songs. Note the One Jets pod. We need some more Savage Garden songs and some intros to mix it up, because if we're seeing the same damn one over and over, That's going to suck. Alfonso said, what a good night last night. Tonight we're back to being whom everyone thought we were, and we let the garden worms off the hook. Exactly. Also, DFA, Vanessa's husband, he ain't cutting it no more. I think Vanessa might have to move on too. Well, he's not getting any more sex. It's getting too close to that due date. We need to pick up Squid and replace them. No, Alfonso, I'd rather keep number 6. Tyler says a few people who actually still defend number 6 are actually insane. Also, number 6 is a fly that hovers over shit. Also, James says Walker is so underrated and a great pro. He is. Also, Saucy says, took my stepdaughter to Dodger Stadium for her birthday, checked in to see the usual anemic bats and shitty bullpen. What else is new? Alfonso says, I don't think you can blame the Angels for the shitty hitting. There were spiders at the plate every time they came up to bat. Dong actually had a tarantula crawling up his dong. Ill. Don't you dare get me thinking about spiders in a baseball field. Ben said, hard to say, but I'm so sick of Trout. Hasn't played a full season since 2018. Never makes a clutch hit when we need one. He gets hurt. He doesn't even show up to the games unless ESPN is there. You know what, Ben? I can't argue that. I've been one of these Angel fans that took a lot of shit for wanting him gone, not in a bad way, but just wanting to get players back that were willing to play and stay healthy. And yeah, got their asses kicked indeed. One Jets pod says. Also, Willie says, what's the biggest failure? Trout, Ohtani, Rendon, or Mariners, Rodriguez, Griffey, Martinez? I'd have to say the biggest failure is Ohtani, Rendon, Mariners, because if you look at it, Rodriguez, Griffey, and Martinez at least had 95, which was a magical run. And then they had some pretty good years after that where they were like at the top or right there, but just couldn't break through. So they had way better. I had some KFC cold slaw today. Oh, no. Sorry, Angel's grandma. Yeah, she just said it. The way they make it and what's actually in it, I haven't eaten since she's worked there. Alfonso says, I think and by the way, if you're going to go chicken place, I would go Cane's or Popeyes. Don't do KFC. Just don't. And maybe hit Dave's Hot Chicken. Dave's Hot Chicken is amazing. And we're not even sponsored by them, but their cauliflower bites are amazing. I think I saw a spider behind the Stamos and under the blankets with Roger Lodge, and they're getting ready to spritz. No, they're not. Also, why does the Golden Dong song have a Magnum PI vibe? Magnum is the correct word for that dude. James says, since 2020, I've hated 2 things that I used to love. The Angels are one of them. Oof. One Jet Spot says, watch a whole game anymore. I can't even turn them on. Skip school. Yes, I did skip school, and this isn't a 500 team. Also, Todd has lost that loving feeling. I think we all have in a way. This is not the same team. You know, they've got to rekindle that fire in all of us. I'd rather work a double shift than go to a game with this team. Also, Silent E says, more Willie Calhoun nicknames: the Postman, Huge, Jackman, Pac-Man, Long Schlong Vaughn, Hendon Dog, and I have more. I'll have another time. That's actually pretty good. The Johnson have made the way to the post game. They sure have. Willie Mack says the Savannah Bananas would beat us. I think John Cena would hit a home run off of us. Also, Gooby post-game report. How about that exit velocity and launch angle on our uniforms look great too. And now a word from Toyota, Honda, and Micro Condoms. Demetrio says at James, I'd rather eat stanky, you know what, than watch this team. Oh, Dallas Perez was a bad first inning pitcher. Also, Garcia, throw it inside. Ohapi, no habla inglés. Garcia grooves a fastball upstairs. Rye Guy says, called it. We was going to get blown out in the rubber match. It happens every freaking time. Also, in June 12th, 2021, I believe, right? I think you're right. I really think you're right there, One Jet Spot. 3 years of Heedy, the only fun we've had to look forward to in a loss, and boy, do we have a ton of those. We sure do. I want to see our record. If anyone could pull our record from that day, June 12th of 2021 to now, I want to see exactly what this team has done for us and what we've had to talk about. Erica wishes she could take Neto to the hot tub and reach into his Speedo and find out why they call him Big Papa. Rye Guy says, hey, try a new Ice Cube Munchie Meal. Also, I feel the Angels, Grandma. I'm so frustrated and about this team being awful. I know Heedy wants to report on wins, but Farty keeps farting on us. It's true. Let's see. Also, I don't see things changing anytime soon. Ben says our last piece of hope was the John Madden team before the 14-game losing streak. Our Joe Madden team, yes. We are by losing. James says, I remember in the 2000s, fans would stand and cheer every hit, every time that they got singles. I miss that. That was cool. And we had expectations for that team. That team was fun. Another woman hugging Todd. What the hell is going on out there? That was a while ago. I'm not talking about recent.
What the hell's going on out here?
Exactly. James says Todd's going to have to do some explaining. That was a while ago. Where do we as Angels fans go from here, Rye Guy? Do you think Artie will finally have the epiphany next season and let his staff do baseball things? No. Because if it ain't broken, it's not going to be fixed. And unfinished business. I remember being at a Thursday game and a small market team and the crowd was lit. This must have been 2007, 2008. Everyone chanting Vladdy. We used to be so cool. Yes, we were. Also, Martin says appears to be the only people high-fiving are those on Artie's A train. One Jet Spot says, hey, Todd, remember when we beat Arizona last night? I miss those days. Seems like such a long time ago, One Jet Spot. Enright did get after the home plate umpire in the first mound visit. Did see that at least. Season starts in 2028. Matt Shoemaker is the guy I'm thinking about, Rye Guy and Grill Master. James also says, I do like watching Soriano this season and still Seth last season, but other than that, Alex Cobb in 2020. Also, One Jet Spot says you looked forward to Weaver's start because more times than not, you were going to get a win and had damn near go 7 innings every outing. We haven't had a pitcher of that caliber since. Although Soriano's getting there and Canning is close, you're right. You're absolutely right. Michael Lorenzen, Cal State Fullerton alum, baby. Alfonso says last ace was Shigetoshi Hasagawa. I loved when they played Will Smith getting jiggy with it, but it said getting shiggy with it. That was pretty funny. Another notable was Shane Bieber. Yeah, Angel fans have wanted him. I think One Jets Pod said that from the first day. Randy was like, you know who I really want? And I was like, who? And he's like, I want Shane Bieber. And he would talk him up, and he's not wrong. He's had a few injuries of late, but I mean, maybe that would fit in as the Angels pitcher, but he was a dominant guy. And he even said when we first started this podcast, Randy sent a freaking tweet of him saying he would love to play someday with Mike Trout. And that's him under contract with Ohio. And this organization doesn't reach out, doesn't do anything. Just keep on scrolling. Also, don't make me sit through another more Savage Garden, you dick. I'm sorry. Mad World by Gary Jules. That song would bring the crowd down. Also, Doyer's broadcast said Lorenzen got the keys to Fullerton this week. Of course they did. Angels versus Giants tomorrow's on Apple TV again. Automatic loss. Anderson versus Spencer Howard, former top prospect, who was let go by Texas earlier this year. Giant starter is the 4th highest in the NL. Rye Guy says, since this is a lost season, we might as well bring back Walsh and Fletcher. Well, they can gamble. That's for sure. Yeah, you can call in better. Let's see. I got to try Dave's Hot Chicken, but after course, I'll go back to Mezzo's. Dave's Hot Chicken is pretty dope. I'm just saying. Micro Condoms Grill. Your day has arrived. Wow. Also, Alfonso says, Todd, we won yesterday because you took – hold on a second. It's the Halo Honk line. Hello? What is up? Can you hear me? Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Shit.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go
I
ahead.
can't really hear you.
Can you hear
Let
me?
me try again.
Can you hear me now? This is awesome, by the way. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, go
Are you
ahead. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
What up, Todd?
What's going on?
So, dude, this girl that went to who was a senior this year, and I was a junior, and she like turned 18 like earlier in the school year, and I just turned 18. And today she called me, and she was like, "Guess what? I just broke up with my boyfriend." And I'm like, "Ooh, bet." And I've liked her like for a while now, and she's like, I'm like, well, maybe I should like stop flirting around and like trying to go for all these girls and just go for her and like take her on a real date. And so tonight I like try to call her and be like, hey, we need to talk. Like I really like you and I really want to take you on like an actual date, like to somewhere. And then her dad was like, is that another boy? And I'm like, and she's like, I'll be right back. And I'm like, oh shit. Did I just get her in trouble? So,
You got the skills even when you don't got the skills. That's amazing. That's amazing.
yeah. Cause like, I don't know, all these other girls are like weird, like, I don't know, they just don't want anything to do with me. Like, don't want to date me or anything. Well, is this the girlfriend I've been waiting for? Like, she obviously like, it sounds like she likes me.
This guy
Like, she texted me before when her boyfriend and her were having problems. And I was like, well, could this be my opportunity to seize the moment and get a girlfriend before she goes off to college to Arizona? But I'll be playing rugby in Arizona this winter for my rugby team.
Let me give you a word of advice. You know, when you message me real quick, because you never listen to the advice that I give you. You never do. But I'm just gonna throw it out there and waste some more spit. But let me tell you, you know, when you message me when I'm at the game and you're like, hello,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you do that to girls?
No, I don't do that to girls. It was a thing I started with my friends, and then I just started like doing it to everyone. But my friend, one of my pro surfer friends, told me to like, hey, don't do that to me. Do you not want me to do that to you? Like, if you don't want me doing that to you, then that's cool.
No, what I'm saying is I wouldn't do that to anybody because like that's like more of like pestering. So especially if you're trying to get a girl's attention, telling them hello after you just texted them hello 10 seconds ago is not exactly appealing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, no, some of my friends think it's funny. Like 2 of my friends think it's funny. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm just giving you a word of advice, bro. When you send a message to a girl, let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Yeah, I don't do that with girls. I don't do that with girls. Trust me. I don't. I know how to deal with girls.
Okay.
But yeah, she's like, I don't know. She like likes me, so I'm like, did I just like? Cause she's gonna be in Arizona next year. I'll be going to rugby for Arizona next year because my Triton Rugby Club goes to Arizona every year, plays Arizona, and she's going to ASU or whatever, or one like AFU or something, and she's gonna
ASU
be
probably.
single, so I'm like, yeah. So she's gonna be single, and I'm single, so I'm like, should I seize this moment and like try to start dating her this summer, and then go to Arizona and like
if you
hang
do
out with her there?
Nope. If you do, date her here and then see where it goes. Because once she goes to ASU, ASU is a notorious, and I mean notorious, party school. Like people don't go there for the school. Trust me, they go there to party.
Yeah. Well, what about? Isn't there AFU too? Like the Wildcats?
Yeah, but that's not as fun as ASU though. ASU is like the place. Like I've been there before for parties and spring training stuff that you can start in downtown Tempe or Phoenix and then the party goes back to ASU. Just saying.
Holy shit.
Yes.
That's gnarly. Yeah, but I don't think she would cheat on me because I only have one layer.
You don't think a woman would cheat on you? What's wrong with you? You officially don't know anything.
I don't think she would. Like, she's
Yeah.
loyal to me. She wants me. Like,
Uh-huh.
she's been kind of flirty all year long with me, and now she, like,
Well, there you
wants
go.
me.
Book it. She was kind of
Yeah,
flirty. She's going to be with you for 60 years. You're married right now.
Yes, sir.
Just get the ring. Just propose. Get it over with.
Just get the ring and get it over with and go through college and stuff with her and be like, we're married. Let's have kids after college.
Yeah, let's have kids before the wedding even. Let's make it a shotgun. Let's do it right. Let's get that trailer.
Whoa, that's, I don't know. That's kind of far in my future. I'm just trying to, like, cruise and
Nah, it's only
just date her. And
let's
have
be real.
fun
That's
with
only
her.
12 months away. Come on. All right, Big 20. Appreciate the
No.
call. Yes, appreciate the call.
Yes, sir. Hopefully Angels win at San Francisco tomorrow night. Hopefully this girl goes with me.
One of these
Oh,
days,
yeah.
oh yeah, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart talk. I'm gonna have to teach you about the birds and bees, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Call in tomorrow night.
I'm
Go
sure you
Angels.
will.
Go girls. Woo!
Yep. There goes Grill Master. Corbin Burns and Shane Bieber grew up as Angels fans. Shane Bieber is from Orange. Yes, we do. We know that. Man, I really wanted Bieber too. Now I could give a shit. Todd, do you think the front office tells Gooby and Langston what to say? Absolutely, David. Victor Rojas said as much. It's the Halo Honk line.
Is this AMA 30, Roger Lodge?
No, this is not Roger Lodge. Well, I could imitate him. What high school did you go to? Let me see if I can guess the mascot, because that's what everyone wants to know.
I don't know if I want to give all that information to you, Roger.
Well, then I'll just.
I know you seem to know a lot about high schools. You seem to hang out there all the time.
I have my own white van with without the AM830 logo, and I have binoculars and a camcorder with a lot of candy and some popsicles.
You sound like a guy I know. His name is Big 20. You might have heard of him. He does the same thing now.
Yes, Big 20 is he's a treasure. He's a national treasure.
He's hunting his prey. I mean, it's kind of weird, but I mean, a boy's got to do what a boy's got to do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Since you brought up hunting prey, if he was a wild animal in Africa, he would have starved to death. Let's just say that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But go ahead. What do you have about this fantastic Angels game tonight?
I mean, first of all, congrats on 3 years. That's impressive that you can go even 3 with this horrible team. But I think, I mean, we left it all on the line yesterday. We used all of our points yesterday, and we had nothing left to gamble with today. And all we can show for it is one run, and that was in the first half of the game. And after that, we can produce nothing. I mean, Griffin Canning, I mean, couldn't ask for a better start. But I mean, the bullpen collapse was not it.
Yeah, I mean, even if the
And then
bullpen
the hitting collapse.
Even if the bullpen pitched their ass off, we lose this game 4-1. You know, which we've seen that song and dance plenty of times.
That's better than the 10 or 11 runs they scored. I think 10 they did today.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was 11, so we lost by 10.
I mean, not to San Francisco to get killed over there, but hey, at least the ballpark's nice.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be able to check that out. We'll be able to see the Giants players hitting them into the gap, and Moniak playing a ball, or maybe Adele, and those guys running for days, because that's what usually happens. That has a weird constructed ballpark to where if it hits that gap or that alley, dude, forget it. And like an inside the park home run is usually on the plate right there.
Yeah, I mean, even this Arizona ballpark, I mean, from the first game of the series, it was just kind of like, how are these landing here? And how is no one able to get them?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I saw the lineup today. I looked at it was like, it got released at like 12. I saw it and I was like, why is it not the same as yesterday's?
Yeah.
If it worked yesterday, why change it?
Yep, we're back to that. Whereas in the beginning of the season, Vetter, we actually had some consistent lineups for a while. And now we're back to, I guess, analytics. So, so frustrating, my friend.
It's never going to change. no matter who comes in here. I mean, I love Wash with all my heart. I'm still going to run through a brick wall and I'll do whatever for him. But he's got to stop listening to Perry and Artie. And maybe it's the spit coming in his glasses or something, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's definitely tough to watch, man. But I appreciate the call, man, and I'm glad you checked in because it's been a while, veteran. I know you're busy with school, dude. But get that degree, get that career going, my friend.
Yeah, I'll be at the stadium. I'll be there. I'll find you. I'll make sure not to get you kicked out.
Yes, sneak me in if you can.
I will, yeah.
All right, there you go. Say hi to Pops for me, yeah?
I will, yeah.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
All right, bye.
That's better right there. Big 20 thinks it's blind date on Todd with Todd and Roger Lodge. Big Hammer probably drops him off 1 minute later than I miss you, boo. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those. Do we, as grown men and women, have to suffer through a horrible Angels season and Big 20 surfer? This is fucking painful. Yeah, a lot of you guys don't like him too much. Poor Todd right there. Who's that look right there? Also, let's see. I can't wait, Tyler says, for the day that Todd just doesn't take Big 20's call. The cuck chair right there, right? Marty. Also, she goes to ASU and she's gonna get turned out, bro. I'm telling you, One Jets pod knows too, dude. I'm telling you. Eric Ward's calling for Artie to call in. Where's Marsha tonight? Frederick says Big 20 needs Marsha 6'5" love. Boy, you guys are pushing Marsha on that. U of A, Todd, is a bigger party school. Trust me, many of my friends went to high school and went to I freaking disagree with that. I went to ASU as both a high school kid wanting to go to college, and then also as far because that was like the only college that would take me because my grades were so fantastic. And then also I went there after high school with friends when I was single and stuff like that. Dude, that place is amazing. If you want to party, you want to drink, you want to do like one of those old school parties. Like I'm talking about the movie Old School with Will Ferrell and Snoop and all of them. Like at a sorority house like that, I'm telling you, that stuff happens on the nightly over there, dude. And if you are in a relationship over there, you're not really in a relationship. You're sharing your girl, you're sharing your man, whatever, with somebody else because everyone's looking to hook up over there and fast hookups. I'm telling you, it's a different world over there. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Women will definitely cheat on you. He'll learn the hard way. Tyler says, eat shit, Big 20. Right guy says, hey, 20, don't end up on the evening news. One Jets pod says, you could be rich as fuck with a huge schlong, and they still fuck some other loser that we just met or that they just met. Big 20 permanently stuck in the friend zone. Marsha is still wanting a piece of 20. We got to get Marsha on or Artie because that's what people are calling for at the end here. Big 20 Spicoli from Fast Times. Dude, he is Spicoli. That is the reason I firmly believe now more than ever that Grillmaster's never seen that movie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and neither has Big 20. So they really don't know the references when we play him on here, which is I have to find them real quick, but I have those Spicoli ones towards the bottom. That's one thing that I don't like about StreamYard is you're not able to fix your what is it called? Your sound bites the way you want them, because the way I had them on the other website was so much easier to do, and it really easier to pull them up. But it's these right here. This is Spicoli.
Oh, gnarly! I know that, dude.
Exactly. Let's see, Big 20 going to blow a load in the first 5 seconds when Marsha gets a hold of him. She'll make him blow a load. National treasure that has yet to be found right there. Big 20, Marsha might let you hit. Dang, there's a lot of calls for Marsha. I heard Big 20 lost his B card to Val Hartley. Wow. Again, a Val Hartley reference. Yikes. Could be the comment of the night. And now you know.
Smart thinking.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Mickey Moniak going to hit 2 homers into the Bay next series. They keep calling for him to hit a home run, by the way. Think Artie crashed into the pool at the stadium and is currently chasing female D-backs employees around naked like a drunken perv. We all know him to be A-Train, baby. And I can hear him saying, woo! Alfonso says, sounds like Big 20 is pretty green when it comes to the opposite sex. I'm single and you're single. I'm a boy and you don't look like a boy. Hello. Big 20 is a scant. Jeez. My ex-wife went to ASU. She tells me all the stories that went on there. I definitely started looking at her differently. Yes. I'm telling you, that is a bad spot. If you're in a relationship with someone that goes to ASU, very high probability she has cheated on you or she will cheat on you. I'm just saying. ASU is a tempting ass spot. You're talking about when I went there one time, we're talking about on a school day. On a school day, on one of the campus sorority houses or the dorm areas, you're seeing chicks. I mean, come on, it's hot. It's ASU. Chicks in bikinis, they're suntanning outside of the dorms, or they're walking through the dorms, like not like regular people who would throw on a towel over their bikini or put like, the jacket or something on to walk modestly through the facility, right? No, you're seeing sometimes even in the lunch area or where they have restaurants or snack bars, still chicks in bikinis and maybe high heels or sandals, right? Or not high heels, I wouldn't go that far, but it was sandals. Or shoes, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it's the norm over there. So tempting. I mean, it's very hard if you have people that graduate from ASU with a high ass GPA with honors and stuff, because if they do, they are just not into sex, or they're not into, or they actually have priorities straight. And it's very hard to keep your priorities straight in a place like that. It's the opposite of Notre Dame. Let's just say that it is the opposite. Todd wants to DFA StreamYard. Also, how do I see Fast Times before Big 20 and Grillmaster? You have good taste, or your father has good taste. Sega says DFA Big 20. Freddie says, I heard Soriano was going to be at Mezzo's the 22nd. That might be pushed up from what I heard. It might be pushed up as far as the 27th. I was going to give you guys a update on that. We still got him. It's just his agent or something came up to where he couldn't do the 22nd. So it won't be on the 20. The 22nd is the grand opening, but I mean, the 29th was a Saturday. It might be a Thursday. We're trying to figure that out. We're still trying to keep it for that weekend, but I will give you guys at least a week in advance for Soriano autograph signing and hangout with us. But the 22nd, we are going to be there. That's set in stone. We are doing the grand opening. And we could have Frankie Kazarian there too. I'm trying to nail that down so you guys can talk to a wrestler. And he has wrestling stories for days and angel stories for days. So there you go. How big is Marsha's dick? I have no idea. What did I win? Can I have a sell a shirt? I got to send one to you for sure. One Jet Spot. Big 20 will spritz himself if he talks a walk through ASU. Yes, he will. He wouldn't make it through. I didn't go to ASU, but I'm going there to party now. Let's see. One Jet Spot says, hey, we haven't had a spritz jingle. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Rory, how are you?
Jeez. What's up, Terry? How you doing? It's Todd, by the way.
Well, I was just, I'm sorry. I keep getting you mixed up there.
Rory passed away years ago, by the way.
Yeah, I was there. It should have been me, Todd.
Why do you say that? That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I just thought it was something good to say.
So you had no meaning behind it?
Nothing whatsoever, other than filling up some air time, because dead air just doesn't work on especially a podcast.
Well, I know Big 20 likes to put out dead air all the time, though.
He does that Big 20. He does.
Yeah.
I know someone who wants to pack some air in Big 20.
Who's that?
That Marsha girl.
Oh, so you follow I thought you just call in. So you actually follow the show. What do you think of that big?
No, contrary to popular belief, Todd, I'm a big fan of yours, actually.
Oh wow, I really appreciate that, Terry. Coming from you, that's pretty exciting.
Well, I'm glad you bought that. Hey, I've been working on some jokes for an upcoming show I got going on at the Laugh Factory in Covina, California. I thought I might want to try some out. It's such a depressing evening.
You know what? You made the right call. Then let's hear it. I got the drums queued up for when you hit those one-liners, man. Let's do it.
Oh boy, I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't tinkling a bit in the pants.
That could be a prostate issue. I heard beta prostate works.
I've got the prostate the size of a honeydew and a head full of bad memories, Todd.
I think it's more of a grapefruit down there, but go ahead.
Thanks, Todd. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. So my hey, how's everybody doing out there?
Great.
Good. Thanks. Good to hear from you all.
They're not on the
So
line.
my wife would ask me weekly, "Am I your only one?" And I said, "Sure. You're just like all the other girls I was with, except they were 9s and 10s." Guy walks into an antique store and says, "What's new?"
Okay.
Can I get a drum roll?
I didn't know that was a joke. That was a fast one. That went over my head. Sorry, Terry.
Wow. Okay, let me write that one down then. I don't think that one's going to work. Let's see.
No, because if I was in the crowd, I'd be focusing on your teeth right now. But go ahead.
Definite slow getter. Focusing on my teeth and my bitch tip.
And your prostate sticking out like a what are those monkeys from Africa? They have the pink asses, you know, the big butts.
Oh, the baboon.
There you go. You got that baboon prostate.
Got a bad case of baboon ass. All right, let's get back on a roll here. So the Islamic State has come out with their own line of anti-dandruff shampoo. It's called Shoulders. It's Christmas in June. It's a big A. I went to go buy a Christmas tree, and the guy asked me, "Are you going to put that up yourself?" I said, "No, I probably put it in the living room." If the dove is the bird of peace, then what is the bird of true love? The swallow? I fisted a ventriloquist once just to see if he liked it.
You what? Wait, say that again.
Oh boy, let me turn that one around there. Another page here. Really throwing me off tempo here.
What's good? You're testing it on the audience. Go ahead. Sorry.
I fisted a ventriloquist once just to see if he liked it.
I didn't hear that fisted part at first. Sorry. It's good.
A gay friend of mine recently had his arm in a cast. It was the cast of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
99% of the people won't get that.
Is anybody here a cat lover? Well, if you are, your house stinks. Somebody got to tell you. Did you know that the Pope Francis loves cats?
No.
Yeah, he loves them so much he considers himself a cataholic. Catholic, Catholic.
I got that one.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last joke here. This is my impression of a gynecologist looking for a job. Hi, do you have any openings? This has been brought to you by Jack in the Box, home of the Munchie Meal. Head on down and grab a Munchie Meal. Or I don't know, what is it now? $9.99, $5.99. The prices are going through the roof, Todd. It's $3.99 for a McDouble nowadays. It's ridiculous.
You have to make payments on a Munchie Meal.
Yeah, I had to take a loan out on the van just to get a combo.
It's either feed your stomach or feed the gas tank. But actually, the van doesn't run anymore, does it?
No, it's down. I think somebody bumped me the other day in the parking lot. I was trying to take a nap, and I thought it was an earthquake.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But anyway. Hey, anybody want a home run call?
You know what? Give one to let's see who got one last time. Let's give one to David, since he said Terry's a douchebag.
I appreciate that, David. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that.
This one goes out to David B. Fox. So let's see what happens here.
I'm gonna really think about this one here.
What's the count, by the way?
Now the count is on 2. David at the plate.
Okay.
Got the wind blowing in from the northeast end at only about 11 miles an hour. Not too bad. Sticks his finger in his mouth, lifts it up to the air to catch the wind, and he's ready. Here's the pitch. Swung on and drills this one into center field. This one's going over the wall, and it is out of here. You could put a halo over this one. What a home run by David. Hey, David, wish he had a last name. What was his last name?
Fox.
He a brother of yours?
No, he's not. He's not.
No relations, huh?
No relation.
Well, congratulations, David. Thanks for calling me a douchebag, and thanks for hitting that home run for the Angels. Appreciate it.
Okay. No hard feelings, I see.
I'm trying to be positive, Todd.
Okay. As long as you're positive, someone's got to do it, right?
Somebody's got to do it. That's just how it goes. Todd, you have yourself a good rest of the night, and all of you out there as well. I'm out of here.
You know, I'm more impressed with that Terry remembered my name this time. So, speaking of fast times, Big 20 is definitely the Brad character beating off in the bathroom when Phoebe Cates is in the pool. Yeah, that was one of the, again, she was hot coming out of the pool. What can I say? Sega says Big 20 is the type of guy to hang out with his girlfriends and go in their rooms. Yeah, like they didn't invite him, and he's like, well, what's up, guys? Terry's on fire tonight. Also, One Jet Spot says, don't talk about baboon ass around Big 20. Oh, jeez. Marty says, nothing like the antique store, Todd. Yeah, I know. It's a Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Oh,
Marsha.
Come on now, Marsha.
I just wanted to call real quick.
You were calling more than our fearless Führer.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a big fan, Todd. I'm a big fan of yours.
That scares me every time you say it. When you say you're a big fan, and when you call me pal or buddy.
You are a kidder. You are. That's why I watch the show. Love the way you joke around. Hey, quick question.
Okay.
Is Big 20 pitcher or catcher?
I'm sure you can force him to be a catcher.
Okay, catcher. Let me write that down. I'm taking just kind of writing it down here, keeping it in mind. So, when I'm alone, thinking about old 20.
Old 20? So are you like comparing Grill Master and 20? Are you like trying to write down pros and cons or what they offer?
I am. It's kind of like, oh boy, how can I put this? See, Big 20 is that young, thriving surfer boy that, every girl goes giddy for. Ooh, I get the shivers just thinking about it. And then you got someone like Grill, someone you want to just settle down with, have a cappuccino with, sit out on the porch naked, letting our balls air out. I mean, his balls air out. Really just get back to nature, and enjoy each other, have a good time.
Big 20 is
Big
20 is the guy you want to wax his surfboard, huh?
Yeah, Big 20 is the kind of guy you want to keep locked in a closet somewhere until you want to play with him. Yeah, I'll feed him. Give him some water.
He's not
not
an animal.
And then when it gets time for the banging, that's when I pull him out.
That's
right.
That's not something I want to know about. Can we get back to baseball? I thought you said you're a big fan.
I am, and I was very disappointed in the loss today. What was it, 11-1? That's just straight embarrassing, Todd.
It sure is.
Yep, I was very disappointed. I was expecting at least 2 runs.
Okay. At least
that's about it.
Okay. So you're still thinking about the old 20, huh?
Yeah, darn it. Just thinking of that surfer bod, I saw a picture of him. Not what I was picturing, but hey, 20, you'll do.
He's your slump buster. There you go.
He is. And Grildo, I got to tell you, I love that nickname. Grildo, you're my Dan Connor, pal. Just want you to know that. Dan Connor from Roselle. Boy, you're taking all the swings here, Todd. You okay today? You have coffee today?
I'm fine.
You sure?
I'm gonna have to shower after this podcast. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, you may want to burn those clothes too.
Yeah, I think I will. All right. Okay, that laugh's got to go. All right, Marcia, you have a good night.
You too, pal. I'll talk to you later.
By the way, I don't think Artie has size 17 slippers for Christmas in June.
Oh, boy. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go back to Ross.
Good night.
Good night.
Dynaco Dad says, how can Adele look so damn good in one at bat, and then the next he looks so lost? Also, should Neto be batting higher in the order? This team, bro, I think they should be having Neto focusing on contact. And the same thing with Adele. He's taking too many home run swings. So, yeah, they better change it up big time. Also, Willie Mack, one National Lampoon movie portraying college life, National Lampoon's Van Wilder. Oh, my God, it was fucking hilarious. That was a good movie, though. Todd, you may have to take Big 20 down to Revolution and TJ. Other than that, get some good hand cream. Look, Alfonso, I am scared of TJ. That's all I'm saying. I've had 2 bad experiences there. See, David's going to get roasted. Oh, no, he's not. Langston and Gubazaw sound like they have a script. They're getting ready for the front office. How else can you explain the ridiculous banter that makes Angels look like contenders? Well, it's the same thing, David. If that's the case, then they are battling it out with Trent Rush, because Trent Rush is a team, or the guy that says, hey, I think this team's got a playoff caliber roster. So, yeah, they're all fighting for whatever job that's out there. Marcia sounds sexy. Well, see, Eric, or Marcia, Eric's in on you right there. Going to Gabe or Gooby to change the award to Marcia's dong. Oh, man, I don't want to see Marcia's dong. How come Marcia didn't make Team USA? She should have. I mean, she's got all the criteria for it. Marcia looking for a hookup with Big 20 and pound him into Bolivian. Hey, Marcia, do you have a bigger song or bigger dong than Calhoun? I love the autocorrect on some of these. Marcia would hold Big 20 like a baby panda or like a mama lioness with a cub, just walking around the room with him. Marcia, here's your problem. You have a penis. I don't go for that. Can't not do that. Daryl Hall and John Oates, Grillmaster says. So he's quoting a song now. Marcia wishing Big 20 played football and was a receiver. Big 20's just nope. He's not liking the comments here. How much testosterone is Marcia on? She's on a good one. I know that. She probably snorts it too. They already grabbed Marcia's crotch. She would go down to ride, or if she did, she would be down to ride the A train. Good question right there. Big 20 is excited. I could tell. He's very happy. Also, how did Detmers do tonight in AAA? I didn't see. I haven't seen that either. I'm pretty sure we'll get a update at some point, but he got lit up in his last start. Maybe Grildo and Marcia would have a sausage sizzle before heading to Mezzo's. Well, they do have the sausage calzones. So with that being said, it's at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark. I am tired. I'm going to go to bed. One more day of work, and then I'm back home for the weekend, which I'm excited for, as the Angels start a series up in Frisco. Why? What's so funny? I'm just talking about the Angels and Giants. I mean, we should play to win the game.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Well, we got to play it to see what happens first. So that being said, let's play us out with some Spritz O'Clock and some Savage Garden. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed somewhat of the comedy at the end.